Hello. Today we have a really simple, but what's hopefully going to prove to be a very useful exercise. We're going to take three lifts, namely the squat, the bench press, and the deadlift. And we're going to use one coaching tip that, if forced to choose only one tip for the lift, that's the tip I would choose. So we're going to start off with back squat. The tip I'm going to use for back squat is keep your back as tight as possible. Can't really overemphasize this. When you stand out and get ready for a squat, you need to imagine that you're trying to extend your spine to the point you're going to snap it backwards. So imagine your spine's like a bow and you're trying to bend the bow the wrong way. So if you imagine you come out with a bar on your back and you're standing there and you're curved in, you look like a C. You want to turn that C outwards. You want to bend the bow the other way. Stick your elbows down, stick your chest out, arch your lower back. Get as tight as you can physically. You should feel a real tightness through your back, and specifically for the squat in the lower back. And during the whole movement, if you hold that tight feeling, hold that back position, and move through a full range of movement, you will perform pretty much a perfect squat. If you can sit into a full depth squat with a tight back, there's nothing really going to be too wrong with your form. So for the squat, keep your back as tight as possible for the entire lift. If you feel you lose the tightness in your lower back at some point in the lift, don't go so deep. It's a flexibility issue that you'll need to address somewhere down the line. Lift number 2, deadlift. Keep the bar close. During the deadlift, if you keep the bar close, running up your shins, get your knees out the way, pull in a straight line, then your form's going to be pretty good. I could have chosen keep your back straight for the deadlift. That's more of a safety concern than it is a form concern. You should, of course, keep your back straight in the deadlift. But if you keep the bar close, then you're going to lift as much weight as possible, and your form's going to be fairly good. So on the deadlift, keep the bar close during the whole time. For bench press, move the bar in a straight line from top to bottom. So from the top of the lift, wherever you have the bar, if you were to draw a straight line to your chest, that's where the bar should finish. If you take the bar out over your chest, move it down in a straight line, and move it up in a straight line, then your form on bench is going to be pretty much perfect for the position you're in. So if you lie flat on the bench, like a typical bodybuilder kind of bench press, and you move in a straight line, that's the correct way to perform that bench press. If you perform a humongous arch like some of the female powerlifters you might see, and you move the bar in a straight line, it's going to move the correct way. The only time this might not be relevant for a bench press is when you're benching in a shirt. The shirt's got its own line. But for a raw lifter, you move the bench press in a straight line from the top to the bottom and finish in the same place you had it, then you should perform a pretty good rep. Okay, short and sweet. Hope this proves useful for some people to kind of crystallize some things you might want to take home for these lifts. Again, if you want more information, visit www.castironstrength.com. Join the forums. This is Mark, signing off.